They told you the classic retirement spots were still affordable. They lied. While you were busy working, saving, planning for that golden sunset in Scottsdale or Charleston, something happened. Scottsdale's median home price hit $500,000. Charleston broke $349,000. The cost of living in these retirement havens shot up 10 to 25% above the national average. The dream got priced out from under you. But here's what the mainstream retirement guides won't tell you. There's a parallel market of towns where homes still cost what they're supposed to cost, where your Social Security check actually covers your bills, and where the local hospital just got a 5-star rating nobody's talking about. These aren't compromise locations. These are the places smart retirees are quietly moving to right now before everyone else figures it out. We're about to show you 25 towns where you can still buy a decent home without emptying your 401k. Places where the property taxes won't eat you alive. Where the healthcare is secretly better than in cities twice the price. But here's the kicker. These windows are closing fast. Fort Wayne, Indiana just watched its home prices double from $121,600 to $246,417. Daytona Beach jumped from $164,000 to over $300,000. The discovery phase has begun. You're either early or you're priced out. Youngstown, Ohio. Youngstown, Ohio is selling homes for $46,900. Not a typo. $46,900 for a median home in an American city. The cost of living runs 22% below the national average. You could buy a house here for less than a luxury car costs, then live on Social Security alone. The city sits in the Rust Belt, yes, but that industrial past created something unexpected. Infrastructure built to last. The bones of this place, the roads, utilities, basic services, were engineered for a population 3 times its current size. Everything works. Nothing's crowded. The healthcare network inherited from Youngstown's steel boom days still operates at metropolitan capacity. That means hospital beds, specialists, and emergency services scaled for 150,000 people serving 65,000. No waiting, no shortages. Ohio doesn't tax Social Security benefits. The state's property taxes hover around the national median, but when your home costs $46,900, that percentage means you're paying hundreds, not thousands. A retiree with a paid-off house here has almost no mandatory expenses beyond food and utilities. Youngstown sits 1 hour from Pittsburgh, 2 hours from Cleveland. You're not moving to the moon, you're moving to a place where your retirement savings could last 30 years instead of 10. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania just became the most retiree-friendly state in America, and nobody noticed. The state exempts all retirement income from taxes for residents over 60. Social Security, pensions, 401k withdrawals, IRA distributions, all tax-free. Harrisburg compounds this advantage with a median home price of $85,500 and living costs 10% below national average. The city serves as Pennsylvania's capital, which creates an unusual stability. Government jobs don't disappear. Services don't get cut. The infrastructure gets maintained because legislators drive these roads. Harrisburg solved the urban healthcare problem differently than most cities. Instead of one massive hospital system, they built a network of specialized facilities. Each one does fewer things but does them better. The result? Shorter waits, better outcomes, lower costs. The Susquehanna River runs through downtown, but Harrisburg built smart. The valuable real estate sits above flood zones. The parks and trails occupy the floodplains. You get waterfront living without waterfront prices or waterfront insurance premiums. Scranton, Pennsylvania. Scranton shares Pennsylvania's retirement tax exemption but takes affordability even further. Median home price, $106,700. Cost of living, 12% below national average. The Pocono Mountains start 20 minutes from downtown. Not foothills or suggestions of mountains. Actual mountains with ski resorts, hiking trails, and lake communities. Most mountain towns price out retirees. Scranton puts mountain living within Social Security range. Healthcare here benefits from proximity to larger systems without their prices. Geisinger and UPHS both operate facilities in Scranton, competing for patients. Competition in healthcare means better service, more options, shorter waits. The County of Lackawanna Transit System runs buses that actually arrive on schedule. For retirees who might give up driving, functional public transit isn't a luxury. It's freedom. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster shouldn't be this cheap. The median home costs $127,500. The downtown has craft breweries, art galleries, performance venues. The hospital system ranks in America's top 50. The Amish presence creates an economic buffer zone. They don't flip houses. They don't speculate on real estate. They farm, build furniture, and maintain a parallel economy that stabilizes prices. Their farmers' markets sell produce that would cost triple at Whole Foods. Lancaster General Hospital didn't just make the America's 50 Best Hospitals list by accident. The Amish community's cash-based healthcare approach forced the hospital to become efficient. No insurance bureaucracy for a third of their patients meant streamlining everything. The city's downtown underwent revitalization without gentrification by focusing on businesses locals actually use. The fancy coffee shop sits next to the hardware store. Nobody got pushed out because nobody tried to push them. Mobile, Alabama. Alabama doesn't tax Social Security. Alabama doesn't tax pensions. Alabama has the second lowest property taxes in America at 0.39%. Mobile combines all these advantages with an average home value of $196,742 and living costs 7% below national average. The port city maintains economic stability through shipping that residents never see. Containers move through, tax revenues flow in, but the industry stays contained to the port area. Mobile's historic districts survived because nobody had money to tear them down during the bad decades. Now they're protected. You can buy a Victorian home for less than a Dallas suburb tract house. Healthcare got interesting when USA Health built a new academic medical center. Teaching hospitals bring specialists, cutting-edge treatments, and clinical trials to places that wouldn't otherwise have them. Mobile went from adequate healthcare to exceptional healthcare without the usual price spike. Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Fort Wayne story is a warning. Median home prices jumped from $121,600 to $246,417. Nearly 100% appreciation happening right now. If you're considering Fort Wayne, the window is measured in months, not years. Even at current prices, the math works. Cost of living runs 8.9% below national average. Indiana exempts Social Security from state tax. The VA hospital here earned 5 stars from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Parkview Regional Medical Center won America's 250 Best Hospitals Award. Lutheran Health Network received the Outstanding Patient Experience Award. 3 separate top-tier hospital systems in one mid-sized city. Fort Wayne built itself for winter. The infrastructure assumes snow. Nobody panics when it snows because snowing is what winter does here. Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville broke the Southern City Code. It became a tech hub without losing affordability. Median home price hovers around $341,000, but housing costs run 27.8% less than national average. Alabama's tax advantages apply here. No tax on Social Security, no tax on pensions, property taxes at 0.39%. The space industry created unusual demographics. Engineers who could live anywhere chose Huntsville. They demanded good schools, healthcare, restaurants, culture. The city delivered, but the market hasn't fully priced in these advantages yet. Huntsville Hospital ranks as the second best in Alabama. It earned high-performing ratings in 12 categories. The aerospace money brought aerospace quality healthcare. Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville pulled off the impossible downtown revitalization that didn't destroy affordability. The median home price reached $410,000, but cost of living stays 7.4% below national average. Average rent holds at $1,289, a full 21.4% below national average. South Carolina's retirement tax policy might be America's best-kept secret. Social Security benefits go untaxed. Seniors over 65 can deduct up to $10,000 from retirement account withdrawals. The homestead exemption removes $50,000 of home value from property tax calculations. Prisma Health operates something called PACE, Programs of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. The kind of healthcare wealthy retirees pay hundreds of thousands for elsewhere comes standard here. The Blue Ridge Mountains start at the city limits. Las Cruces, New Mexico. Las Cruces sits in the desert with $316,000 median home prices and 9.7% below average living costs. New Mexico made Social Security tax exempt for singles earning under $100,000 and couples under $150,000. That covers most retirees. The senior centers here function like community clubs. Meal services, fitness classes, billiards, art workshops, social events, all targeted at the 50-plus crowd. The city also provides in-home services including light housekeeping and meal prep. Memorial Medical Center serves all of southern New Mexico, concentrating specialists and services in Las Cruces. Dixon, Illinois. Dixon operates on a different timeline. The median home sells for $207,000. Illinois exempts all retirement income from state taxes. The combination creates a sweet spot most people miss because they wrote off Illinois entirely. The Rock River runs through town, providing the waterfront other towns would monetize aggressively. Dixon didn't. KSB Hospital offers services, cancer treatment, cardiac care, orthopedics, that towns this size usually lack. Chicago is 100 miles away, close enough for occasional visits, far enough that Chicago problems stay in Chicago. Ann Arbor, Michigan. Ann Arbor shouldn't be on this list. Median home prices hit $346,800, but the University of Michigan creates an economic anomaly that benefits retirees. The University Hospital provides world-class health care. The researchers developing tomorrow's treatments practice here today. The university's continuing education programs court older students. Audit classes for free if you're over 65. The intellectual stimulation that keeps minds sharp comes included with your address. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Tennessee has no state income tax. Chattanooga has a median home value of $334,133. The city provides municipal gigabit internet. Not available. Provided. The electric utility runs fiber to every address. Mountains and rivers contain sprawl, preserving affordability. Erlanger Health System became the area's trauma center. Specialized care that usually requires traveling to Atlanta or Nashville happens here. Outdoor access borders on absurd. Climbing, hiking, water sports, hang gliding, all within minutes of downtown. Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington calls itself the horse capital of the world, which explains the countryside but not the $170,800 median home value. Kentucky doesn't tax Social Security benefits. The state offers pension exclusions up to $41,110. The University of Kentucky Medical Center provides academic medicine advantages at Kentucky prices. The horse farms create preserved green space without public expense. The bourbon distilleries provide an industry that can't be outsourced. Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville breaks the rules with $579,000 average home prices, but living 20 minutes from downtown cuts prices in half. The mountains here are real mountains with actual climate effects. Mission Health serves all of western North Carolina. Tampa, Florida. Tampa offers big city amenities at small city prices. Median home costs $254,600. The city diversified beyond tourism. Finance, healthcare, technology companies set up operations. Tampa General Hospital, Moffitt Cancer Center, and USF Health compete and collaborate. Lakeland, Florida. Lakeland sits between Tampa and Orlando, but prices like neither. Median homes cost $160,400. Cost of living runs 9% below national average. The Florida that existed before development went crazy still exists here. Manchester, New Hampshire. New Hampshire has no income tax and no sales tax. Manchester's cost of living runs 16% above average, but no tax burden on retirement income makes the math work. Boston sits 1 hour south. 2 full-service hospitals serve 110,000 people. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Wisconsin just changed the retirement game. The 2025 law allows $24,000 individual and $48,000 couple retirement income exclusions. Green Bay combines this with median home prices of $313,250 and living costs 20% below national average. The Packers create economic stability no other small city enjoys. The team can't leave, the city owns it. Aurora Baycare built a geriatric emergency department certified for senior-specific assessments. Daytona Beach, Florida. Daytona Beach jumped from $164,400 to $310,000 median home prices. The discovery already started, but average rent at $1,318 runs 19.4% below national average. Advent Health Daytona Beach earned Joint Commission certification for orthopedics. The 23-mile beach allows cars. Boise, Idaho. Boise prices at $540,000 seem high until you compare them to Seattle or San Francisco. Idaho exempts Social Security from state tax. St. Alphonsus Regional Medical Center holds Level 1 Stroke Center designation. The VA earned 5 stars. 265 miles of trails define the lifestyle. Fairhope, Alabama. Fairhope sits on Mobile Bay's eastern shore with average home values at $484,432. Expensive for Alabama, cheap for waterfront retirement. The city planned itself around oak trees and bay views. Thomas Hospital provides comprehensive services without driving to Mobile. Corpus Christi, Texas. We're ending where Texas begins, the coast. Corpus Christi represents everything this list is about. Median home price of $300,000, no state income tax, cost of living 11% below average, beach access, regional medical hub, the complete package at a price that works. The pattern is clear. These towns share favorable tax treatment, healthcare infrastructure, costs below national average, and something special that hasn't been priced in yet. Fort Wayne's doubling proves these advantages won't stay hidden. Daytona's jump shows how fast discovery happens. You're not compromising by choosing Youngstown over Scottsdale. You're recognizing that a paid-off $46,900 house provides more security than a $500,000 mortgage. Alabama's tax exemptions matter more than Arizona's cachet. 5-Star V. Hospitals in Fort Wayne match anything in expensive cities. The traditional retirement destinations price themselves out of reach. The response isn't to give up on retirement, it's to retire smarter. These 25 towns offer what Scottsdale and Charleston used to provide: comfortable, affordable retirement in places worth living. The math is straightforward. The opportunity is real. The clock is ticking.